Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
Put that in my pocket. I will forget it if I don't. You having fun so far?
Yeah.
Are you ready to go back to Florida then?
Not really, to be honest. But
Everything's underwater.
yeah, a lot of things are underwater. But I think I'm more concerned on the way back. The hardest part sometimes of traveling is because when things do happen, like it's not fun to see.
Yeah.
But that's the reality. So, you know, we'll see how rough it really is. I'm thankfully not going east. So, I mean, you can't because everything's closed.
Yeah.
But a lot of that's been pretty decimated. So.
Well, hopefully, I know, or I heard that Augusta was hit pretty good.
Yeah.
But hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It's just all part of the adventure, right? So.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to say it.
Yeah.
But before we go back to Florida, we say, hey, everybody, welcome back to the Daily Biker Podcast. My name is Marcus, and I'm your clueless leader. Today, we're going to go on a learning journey, and I have Indigo Moto with me. If you hear me call her Tiffany, it's because it is her government name. But we're up here at Marksman of Madness, and we got her up here. She's, I don't want to say on the fence. It was, you wanted to come. There was just so much other priorities in the way before you could make it. But I'm glad that everything worked out and you could make it up here.
Yeah, it definitely worked out. I wasn't expecting it. I made a last second decision even on Tuesday to even make it here. So
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely cool. And then you, like I said, you got chased the whole way here. They were like, no, you were in it. And I was like, no, she was being chased by it.
100% being chased.
So, because you made it, and then it was already raining when you made it, but that was just the forefront of the storm, and then
one of the outer bands.
The actual storm hit shortly after you made it. So, but you have a lovely purple Pan America, and I know from your Instagram, there's been other indigo colored motorcycles.
Yes.
What else has been in the garage?
So I have quite a few still in the garage. The main bike that most people know me on is my 2011 Road Glide, which was the first major purple one.
Okay.
But before that, a lot of people would find me on, I had the cobalt blue color, which is almost purple in the right light.
Yeah.
2006 Fat Boy. But I also have a Sporty in the garage, and there's a Grom in there too. You know.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Grom is not purple, so you don't see it very often. And same thing, I have a 99 Night Train. That's black still, so it's very classic looking. So,
but it would look cool in purple.
Yes, it would look cool in purple, but you know, it's a 99 Night Train, so it's the last Evo, first Night Train, so first blacked out engine.
Yeah.
Probably should leave it like it is.
Yeah, but
it would look lovely purple. I mean, the Sportster's not purple either.
Plum crazy purple.
Yes. Okay. So I used to. What got me into having the purple motorcycles, because I didn't have a purple motorcycle before this one. I ended up purchasing a plum crazy purple, already painted, 78 Honda CB400.
Okay.
So a little cafe racer that it was already that purple, and my hair's been purple for 25 years. So it only made sense to continue the mess.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how that went.
Yeah. So you recently had a very long ride.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's long. It was probably only 2,000 miles longer than some of my other long rides, but definitely long.
I mean, even still, what was your total miles on that?
A little under 14,000. That's
a trip.
It was a trip.
I mean, when you think about what most other people do,
yeah.
14,000 miles is a long
A lot of people
ride.
don't put that in even in a year, yeah. So.
Yeah, so, and you left out of the Tampa area?
So I'm from Orlando. I actually went to Key West first.
Okay, so you left from Key West for the trip.
And then for the trip itself, I was like, let's Key West to Deadhorse, back to Key West.
Yeah.
And a little adventure each direction both ways, because I don't like going the same way up and same way back. Like, yes, you can see the thing in a different perspective, but why not make the most of it?
Yeah.
So
how was, just that desolate, I think it's, 600 miles of Canada?
Yeah, so actually Deadhorse, to get to Deadhorse, is the most desolate of areas. So
Okay.
the Alaska Highway, it's about 1,200 miles long. It leaves from, Dawson City, British Columbia,
Okay.
and then into Alaska, and it ends in, where does it end? It ends a little bit into Alaska, and that's 1,200 miles. And there's like, every like 100 to 150 miles, there's these like stops that it's not a city, but I refer to them as cities.
Yeah.
It's really just a gas station, corner store, lodging of some sort, restaurant run by some old mom and pop, and that's that.
You're good. I was just making sure it was still recording.
And that was interesting because you wouldn't see nothing in between. The most desolate part, though, is north of Fairbanks. Fairbanks is about 500 miles south of Deadhorse, and there's nothing. There's nothing between there. That's a gravel road that truckers use, and a handful of dumb motorcyclists. And there's nothing. So Coldfoot Camp is the halfway point, and that's like the only gas station.
Yeah.
And then,
So how long are you going between gas stops up there?
so for the Alaska Highway, I'd stop everywhere I saw.
Every chance you could.
Pretty much, because you didn't know where the next one.
Right.
And if the next one, what if the next one's out? What if the next one's closed?
Yeah.
Because
That's
they
a good
also,
point.
a lot
I
of these
haven't
people,
thought about that.
a lot of these people also close up shop early because
Yeah.
they can. What they're going to do? Who's going to yell at them?
Well, and also I'd imagine we're still having, for the most part, summer weather here, but I'm sure it's kind of starting to get to that point for them.
Oh yeah, I know some of those places that they're only seasonal.
Yeah.
So thankfully, I went in that July, August, which is like their busy season.
Yeah.
Obviously planned. Also, I'm from Florida. I can't hang in the cold, so at least I was lucky there. But still, a lot of people were closing up shop earlier in the day, or if they ran out of gas, they would close up shop too.
Yeah.
So it was interesting, but I was very lucky, and everywhere that I needed to stop was good. Everybody was super, super nice and helpful, and no problems with the fuel stop. But at least the Dalton, if you don't have 240 miles, it's 240 miles between one gas stop to the next. Coldfoot to Deadhorse. If you don't have that, you're SOL.
Yeah. So did you ever wish recording? Did you ever wish that you had done it as, and I know I'm going to mispronounce it, but Prudhoe Bay?
Yeah, Prudhoe Bay.
Yeah.
What about it?
Do you wish that you had went all the way?
I did. That is Deadhorse.
Is that Deadhorse?
Okay,
so I've always heard it called Prudhoe Bay.
So here's the thing, and this
I've
is
never
just
heard it called
so you know,
Deadhorse.
the Prudhoe Bay is where the oil fields are.
Right.
Okay. Now you cannot get past the oil fields unless you are government to be there.
Okay.
All right. Or you take the Arctic Ocean tour, which they do a background check kind of thing, and that's how you get to go swim in the Arctic Ocean, which I did do that, which was super fun. But the civilized, like regular humans that live there, that's Deadhorse.
Okay.
So they call the area that people are allowed to be, that's like public, Deadhorse. But Prudhoe Bay is the city that's like behind bars. It's like you can't go into there.
I know Deadhorse because the Common Tread guys rode scooters to there.
Yes.
But they referenced it as Prudhoe Bay.
Yeah, so it's like the same thing. Like if you look on a map, they're like neck and neck, right next to each other. But it's the same area. But like you can't get past these gates to the actual oil fields unless you kind of pay to go on this trip.
Then what about, I guess it's just right around there, there's that, like a peninsula that goes out, and people try and go all the way out to that peninsula because it's I guess they say that's the northernmost point of America or something.
I think the peninsula part, I don't know which area
But
that's considered.
It's all gravel.
Yeah, well, that's all. I mean, most of this. There's no pavement in a lot of it. The peninsula part that you can go at least and swim in the ocean, you have to be on one of the shuttles for.
Okay.
So that's the only area. But I think nobody can take their bikes out to that one. That might also be the Dempster Highway, which is the other main one that a lot of people do, which I'm going to try to do Dempster in the next year or two if I can save the funds for it.
Yeah.
And that's in the Northwest Territories. So instead of going to Alaska, I could have gone from Yukon to Northwest Territories. And that's another couple 100-mile road, desolate, nothing out there, no cell service. You better have your InReach or something because that's it.
Yeah, so, I mean, what is it like, when it comes down to it, being out there and there's nobody, What?
Well, I got a flat tire on this trip.
Oh no!
On the Dalton, and so you can break it up into different days and stuff. So the Dalton itself being 500 miles, some people want to pull a long day, but this is just 500 miles of gravel.
Yeah.
So that's not everybody's cup of tea. So a lot of people stop in Coldfoot. So I did 4 days. From Fairbanks to Coldfoot, Coldfoot to Deadhorse, Deadhorse back to Coldfoot, and then Coldfoot back to Fairbanks.
Yeah.
3 of the days up and 1 day back, dry, dusty, whatever. I can totally do it. And then that last day coming back was the hurricane. It was pouring. It was ridiculous. So it means that the road got disgusting. And somehow got a little flat in my tire. And I thankfully bring all my patch kit and I have my air pump and whatnot. And I was able to fill it. But it took me a good, 45 minutes on the side of the road to do this. I mean, I might be around motorcycles my entire life, but I don't patch a lot of tires, okay?
Right.
So it took me a little while to do it and do it right in the mud and the rain. That entire time I was on the side of the road, nobody showed up. That was it. Like, I was the only person, nobody each direction. Like, you're pretty much out there. If you can't figure it out, you're probably SOL for a little while.
Yeah.
So, but thankfully, nothing too crazy happened.
That's a plus. And I mean, me and my friends, we talk a lot about that, not to exclude the girls, but the brotherhood of being a biker. And when you see someone and it's like, hey, do they need help? And especially out there, you see someone sitting on the side of the road.
You're gonna help. Yeah. You
it's
have
like,
to.
Let's stop. But I would guess at the same time too, out there, it's not just motorcycle people that stop. If someone sees you on the side of the road, everybody
100%.
stops.
So after I was pretty much done with everything, an RV came by and they're like, you good? I'm like, you just missed the party. Like, I've been out here for a while and I could have really actually used a man's help for a second because it's not easy to plug a tire. There's a little effort you got to put into it. Yeah. And I'm already soaking wet and the mosquitoes are terrible. So it would have been helpful, but there's nobody out there. My bike overheated later too. And thankfully at that point, I was in a construction zone, so there was humans, but there's no cell service. So if you have a problem, you better hope somebody's going to help you, or you better be really good at taking care of things yourself.
So you got to get you a sat phone for those rides.
So that's what I have. I have a satellite two-way communicator, a Garmin InReach. Yeah. So at least, good news, I have an SOS button. God forbid anything major happened. I mean, you just never know. But I actually was texting my husband on the way on the patch in the tire. I was like, can you just type me the directions just to make sure I'm doing this right? Because I didn't have the directions for it. I just kind of knew what I was doing, but I'm like, I'm going to do this wrong in the mud. Like, it's not going to set well. So let me make sure I do it to a T. But it's typing one letter out at a time. So not exactly the most ideal, but.
Well, I mean, it's got to feel good to do something like that, knowing that, how many people, period, have ever done that?
Well, apparently, it's funny that specifically Key West to Deadhorse back to Key West, so that Iron Butt Association, I didn't know this when I took off, okay?
So you didn't register?
I did now, but
okay.
All right, so if they certify the ride, I'll be only the second woman to have ever done it.
Wow.
And the last one that did it 10 years ago, and she didn't ride the Dalton by herself, so I was like, I feel kind of like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that beforehand, but one of my other girls, she was trying to do the ride like the month before me, but she crashed on the way home, so she couldn't finish it. So I'm like, a little part of me is like, I guess I'm collecting all those receipts. I don't really want to, but for the girls, we got to do this. Yeah. So, yeah.
So are you able to do post-registration on that stuff?
So I did all the paperwork, but because I've done a lot of Iron Butt rides. Like, I hate being like this, actually, even this ride back, I did a 1,200 mile day. Yeah. But I've never done the paperwork to register it. So I'm way, way down the list because they don't prioritize if you haven't done it before, Have you looked into doing a Hoka Hey? I've thought about it, but my phone actually broke while I was doing this trip. So I had 2 days that I was navigating via just Atlas. And quite honestly, it was not fun. I think I would do really well with it because I can do that and I know how to navigate without.
I know a couple Hoka Hey guys that I could get you hooked up with if you were interested in doing it.
I might.
And they've also got some pull with the Iron Butt Association too.
I might end up doing, because I hate being like, I'm so not a competitive person. Yeah. And I'm so not like even just certifying it, like doing the paperwork to do this Iron Butt, because I wanted to certify one before because one of my girlfriends and I did a 1,000-mile day, and she was so excited and she really wanted to do the paperwork for it. But I'm like, I just need to leave my name out of stuff. Like that's for years I've just been like, let me quietly just do everything. So I feel like I kind of want to do one, but also I'm like, don't watch me because they follow everybody and they track it. And I was like, don't watch me. So we'll see. We'll see if I get the guts to do that. But it looks like fun because all the ones they do look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and you have to run, like you were talking about with the tracking. There's some special thing
because you got to follow. I've watched like the riders, like check them out. So
we have a couple regular guys that come to the shop. They've both got other baggers and stuff, but they've also got Pan Americas, and they do the Iron Butt rallies.
That's so cool.
They've done Hoka Haze. Yeah. They were going to do the scooter cannonball, but I don't know if they ever did that.
Well, you know, the first person to finish this last Hoka Hay was a Pan America too.
Yeah.
Which I think that's just kind of cool. So it's a good all-around bike for stuff like that.
Well, I mean, the thing about it is especially for like your ride to Alaska, you don't know what road conditions are.
Well, that's why I bought this bike.
Yeah. Like you would expect, hey, we know there's paved roads. But even then, that doesn't mean anything.
But that's the thing is they're paved road. The worst road condition that I was on was actually near Destruction Bay, Yukon, which is right before coming into Alaska's border. Yeah. It was like the potholes were like realms to another universe. Yeah. It was ridiculous. So even though it was a paved road, it didn't matter. That was terrible. Like my poor road glide, it would have shook something off of it. I'm positive of it because it was just that bad.
So I guess, riding up here in the weather, riding through Alaska in the weather and stuff like that, riding through some severe weather is nothing new for you being in Florida.
No, I'm not much of a fair weather rider, I guess.
I don't think there's a such thing as a fair weather rider in Florida.
Oh, there is.
Well, don't get me wrong.
There is.
There is, but they also get to ride, 4 days a year?
Yes. So, and that's the thing is like, that's the challenge. I mean, if you really want to actually ride and put miles down and, you got to be ready for it. I actually didn't even buy rain gear until like 2 years ago when I did a cross country. And I finally was like, I guess I should do this because we just get wet and then you dry off in 5 minutes.
Well, and that's the thing. I've rode in Florida a bunch and it's like, people be like, well, it's going to rain later. And we're like, it's Florida.
Yeah. And they might be wrong. They might be wrong. If it's not raining actively when I'm trying to leave, that's fine. And I'll look at the sky. If it's gray over one direction, I go the other way.
Yeah, well, and that's the great thing about when it is raining in Florida. Unless it's a hurricane, it's only raining in a small part.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that's generally the best.
Yeah, like one side of the interstate, not on the other side.
You can go just 20 miles the other direction, and it'll be bluest skies you've ever seen. Yeah. So, it's fine.
So, have you done, I know you had posted some pictures recently where you had did a little bit of off-road riding.
Yeah, so my first experience with a trail, because I guess my new learning with all this is there's definitely different gradients of what everybody considers off-road.
Right.
So my first trail where it was like there's trees and like tree stumps and stuff and like bumps to go over was at TMMR this May. My friends peer pressured me happily, I guess, into trying one of their trails there.
Yeah.
But it was really disgusting out.
And you didn't meet Sean then?
I didn't. It's funny.
And he was there.
I know. Well, I've actually run into a couple of the guys that like, oh, you were there the whole week. I was like, I was. Yeah. And I'm like, I have a bright purple bike. You didn't see it. Yeah. But, there's a lot of people at that. So
did you see the Pan America with the FXRT fairing on it?
Yes.
We built that. That's at our shop.
You did?
That's one of our special builds.
One of my buddies absolutely loves that, like way more than you would
So
ever know.
we've done, for TMMR the past 3 years, we've done special Pan America builds. So this past year, we did the one with the FXRT fairing.
Yeah.
And it was in the V-Twin show, and it won. The year before, the Pan America that was put in the show was actually here.
Yeah.
So Zach, the guy that has the red Pan America with the gold wheels, we called that one Iron Man. We built that one for TMMR and put it in the show, and it won the V-Twin show for the liquid cooled class.
That's so cool.
And the year before that, Sean's Pan America won Pan America.
That's crazy because I went this year and I went last year too, and I thought they looked familiar, but I hate being like. Sometimes you just don't have that right memory, and I couldn't find the video clip from any of the show, so I was like, whatever. That's really cool.
So when you rode the trails at Loretta Lynn's, did you go like with the group or did you just go ride the trail?
I went with just my friends.
Okay.
Okay. And it was
Because I know they were doing like a lead group
Yeah,
ride
I did not.
too.
I'm not a group. This was my first group
So
ride.
Sean
really.
was leading the group rides.
Okay, so that's why I didn't meet him because I hate being like, I'm not a group rider. Like I'm slow.
Yeah.
I stop to take photos a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I'm really a terrible group rider because it's just not
Right.
unless I'm leading it. My girls at home, I lead them. We do things and it's all good. But I didn't really do anything in that. I just went with my buddies, and I wanted to do the Pan Am like little training course that they had.
Yeah.
But by the time I was done doing their trails, my hands were done for the day.
Yeah.
Because that was my first experience doing that. And I feel like it was a little trial by fire because it was raining.
Yeah.
It was disgusting mud. And I mean, I dropped my bike twice. Like I had never dropped my bike.
Yeah.
So like it was an experience.
Yeah.
So, but that was a lot of routes. That was a lot of that was a real trail to me.
Yeah.
It was very different than any gravel road or anything else I'd been on. So it was quite
Well,
fun.
then yesterday you got to go on a big group ride.
Yeah.
A trail ride.
Yeah. Oh, and see, it's funny because again, this is me being ignorant to dirt and trail and all that.
Yeah.
Yesterday was so nice, and I'm out there sightseeing. I'm slow, which I'm sure that's another thing. But it was like, it was so comfortable and fun. I was like worried that I was going to have stumps in my way. So it was such a great route that whoever planned that did so good because I was just having a grand old time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and for us, I think we're a little fortunate. This is,
This
like
is
an hour
the
and 20
area.
minutes from the shop.
No wonder y'all are out here all the time.
Yeah.
I hate being like, I'm a little jealous because Florida doesn't have anything like this.
Yeah.
Like it's all, if we have anything off-road, it's sand.
We have a couple things here that Florida doesn't have that we call curves.
Yeah, and mountains.
Mountains,
Mount
yes.
Dora is like 320 feet. That's all we got.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
But y'all have more horses than we do.
That's possible.
Ocala is
We're kind of the
the
capital of
second
that.
largest
It's a lot,
behind Texas, I think.
yeah, a lot of people, a lot of money in their fancy horses.
Yeah. Yeah, we know some people in Ocala for the horses.
I don't doubt it. It's a cool area. It's funny because that's a town that's grown so much.
So, and she wasn't there. Shoot, I wish she had been. Maggie Hicks.
I know Maggie. Yeah.
So,
I love her.
She's her and Justin are both friends of ours.
Yeah.
And they're both fantastic. But talking about girl out riding Pan America and stuff like that. It's like, hey Maggie,
I love that.
which Kaylin Thorian was at TMMR for 23.
Yeah.
So,
And I have never met her in person, but it was cool because she was going up the Dempster Highway when I was going up the Dalton the following week.
yeah.
So we all did. I know she was originally going to do the Dalton, and then she changed her plans because her week of weather was terrible. But I want to meet her one of these days in person because I do like these girls on Pan America. It's kind of cool.
Do you find much in the way of guys just being sexist assholes about you being a girl doing this?
So here's the thing: is 20 years ago, yeah, like the amount of times that I'd have, you're supposed to be the bitch on the back of the bike. Sorry,
No,
but
you're good.
that's what the kind of the mentality, and especially women driving bigger bikes.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of a thing, and you'd always get comments. So women will always have to feel weird coming in. That's why I actually run a worldwide women's motorcycling organization because of that.
Yeah.
But now, like I'm finding it getting better. Like I feel welcome at places like this.
Yeah.
And years ago, I don't think I would have been able to even say that and half mean it.
Yeah.
Now I think that there's a lot more representation.
Yeah.
We still have a long way to go, especially with some of these companies.
Well, I think
It's getting there.
On the upside, like getting you to come up here for this, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, hey, we know you're going to have a blast here, but at the same time, it shows all the girls that were like, I don't know. It's like, I should have went.
And so I literally was texting one of my girls. She doesn't have a Pan America yet, my girl Heather, which is actually the peer pressure that made me do the trail.
Yeah.
She really wants a Pan. I know that's going to be in her future real soon. And she's like, let me know how it is. And I'm like, it's good. We're going next year. Don't worry. So, I mean, it's good that more
Would you already
women
tell her to mark her calendar for March?
Oh, I did. Like I told her we're probably doing that.
So you've
too,
already got the dates for it too.
Yeah,
He's already said what the dates
ready.
are.
And it's fun because like her man too he's actually at that Red Rock Scramble right now, and I'm like, just bring everybody along. It'll be great. So, but as women, like a lot of times it was really hard to come to some of these things, and it can be really intimidating, especially I feel like dirt, it can be even more intimidating as a woman.
Yeah.
Because
I
it's
can
so
see
much
that.
more, I hate being like, y'all such rugged men. It's not that, so don't get a big head about it. But it is. There's certain...
Well, when it comes to that stuff, you know, there is 100% a physicality difference between men and
100%.
women. When you're trying to move a 550-pound motorcycle around on some of these things, it's difficult. You drop a 550-pound motorcycle. I don't want to pick it up.
I don't want to pick it up. Nobody wants to pick it up. Well, and that's why when I did the trail at TMMR, the first time I dropped my bike, of course, was in like a big puddle, kind of like the thing you had out back.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the skills, and I had also the Scorcher tires on it still, so it was definitely like good luck. But they wanted to try to help me pick it up, and I'm like, no, it's my bike. I put it here. I'm gonna pick it up myself. And I think that's the thing is like, I don't know if all women feel comfortable even being like, I can do this. I'm a big girl. Yeah. And sometimes we just need that empowerment to see that other women can do it.
Yeah.
And it's just hard to do that right now still. We're just not enough of us.
A great place for that, and maybe come March, is that trials course back there. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you noticed, like the guys, okay, I was out there doing the wrangling and helping them pick up bikes and stuff. But when they drop, we don't immediately grab their motorcycle.
Yeah, let them do it.
Unless they're down under their motorcycle and there's an issue, if they can pick up their motorcycle, then they don't get as many points deducted.
Oh, see, and I wasn't really sure. I was trying to follow along on the points thing.
They do a deduction of points.
Yeah,
basically.
I could see because each thing's worth so many, and then you put a foot down and it's like this much.
Yeah, you put a foot down, it's worth a certain amount.
Yeah.
Getting off the motorcycle is worth a certain amount. Falling over is worth a certain amount. Putting a helper putting hands on the motorcycle is worth a certain amount. And of course, points values go up. But like, that was the thing. So these guys, they want to get out of the creek so bad. Yeah. You saw where they were getting stuck.
That was so much
and
fun.
For some of these guys, it wouldn't have mattered if we touched their bike or not because where they were at on points, it's like, you know, at this point, you can pull them out of the creek. It's not going to be any additional points. And they're like, no. I'm doing this.
I'm doing it.
I'm doing this.
So I hate being like, I'm not a competitive person, but when I set my mind to, I'm going to do it, do not help me until I ask for it. And I think that's ultimately my biggest takeaway when I got my Road Glide too, because of course that's a big bike.
Yeah.
I lowered it, and I had a lot of dudes being like, you can't lower it, whatever. I'm like, I don't want to be the person there to be like, help me back up my bike, help me move it. Yeah. Because people would walk up to you and just try to help you. And I'm like, I'm not a damsel in distress until I ask you to be a damsel in distress. Yeah. And it's a very interesting balance of, I can do it versus maybe help. So
if you had to say anything to anybody that didn't get to make it out to the Pan Am Trail Jam, the first one, what would you tell them about coming out here?
I feel like they need to. It is way less intimidating than I personally thought it might have been at first. Because as I said, as somebody that's brand new to dirt of any sort, I really thought that I was going to come up here and not necessarily make a fool of myself, but you know, like I didn't know what skills I possessed to be able to even be here and feel like I was legitimate enough to be. Yeah. But I think it's a very welcoming community, and most certainly this is the space to come learn a little. So
yeah, well, and as you could tell from talking, a lot of us know each other. You know, we have Smoky Mountain Harley here, and we have us from White Lightning and stuff. And granted, we're competing dealerships, but we all know each other. Yeah. We ride together. We're all cheering each other on.
It's all about the same
and just
love.
having a good time. So that was the big thing when we first started putting this together, and I started reaching out to people, and they were like, "Well, I don't know," and I'm like, "Cool, you just won't be one of the OGs."
And that's
when the second year comes around, you won't be an OG.
Grow. And that's the thing is I really see it growing. This is something that even if you're not a dirt person, Tennessee's known for beautiful roads. Yeah. So I think that's the biggest takeaway is if you're not wanting to necessarily do just the trails, this is a great event for any Pan America rider. And I think it's really freaking fun. So I can't wait to see what next year brings.
So do you want to say anything to the world before we...
Oh, I don't know what to say. Just go out and ride your bikes, guys. Don't let them rot in the garage.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.